is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Lost Ruins of Arnak, which is a game that has been highly talked about throughout the board game community in droves.
Lots of people talking about it.
There actually were, everyone was, basically no one had a negative thing to say, which usually means that, hey, you guys were paid to do reviews over this.
There was only 500 Instagram tags for it, so...
Really? Well, it seemed to, at least to me, it seemed to be a game that kind of came out of nowhere, especially because there was no Kickstarter buzz or anything.
No Kickstarter?
But I gotta say, all those reviews were absolutely right. This game is phenomenal for me. It hits every aspect of a game that I like. Like, this game is truly amazing in its presentation. The fact that this was... I'm going to go on a limb and say this was not a Kickstarter. I do not remember seeing this ever on Kickstarter or talked about.
Why don't I just look it up?
But card quality is amazing. The
art is beautiful.
It is so gorgeous. I mean, even the board, this game evokes the Indiana Jones archaeological feel, whatever. You don't think so?
Where's the romance? Where's the
Close your eyes, Meredith.
What, the chick that was banging the director to get into the movie? Isn't that the thing?
I have no idea.
I swear that was one of them.
Probably.
Well, that might have been Transformers, but...
No, I think there was the second one, the blonde chick. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. But yeah, the card art is amazing. The board is lush and vibrant, easy to read.
Right.
Like the components that you're getting from the supply, the rubies, the arrowheads, all that is just high quality. Man,
just need metal coins.
I know, right? Metal coins and real compasses.
I need metal coins to get hard. So it's just babe, hold the metal coin.
Well, I'd lick it real quick before I got flaccid. So, yeah, I mean the minimal but crucial worker placement, because I remember both you actually mentioned that. Wow, I need more workers, and I personally like that. The crux of trying to be as efficient as possible.
Right, these games are weird. I mean, this is the second one you've shown me. I forget what the other one was. Was it Tidal Blades? I forget. But where you have it almost exponentially increases what you're able to do essentially as you gather more resources.
Tidal Blades gave you more actions.
As you went along, because it seemed like you had very few rounds, but each round grew in what you were capable of doing.
Tidal Blades would be the most recent one.
Yeah, because I felt like those have been a little more frequent lately because we hadn't run into too many of these, and I'm I'm not sure how I feel about these because I'm stressed.
Yeah. But yeah, and then the unique deck building, what makes deck building weird, and still to me, even though I love deck building, is the fact that you purchase something and it's just you don't get it immediately. Most of the time, it just goes into a discard pile,
right? And
then you shuffle your discard pile, and who knows when you'll fucking get it. This game doesn't do that. It actually is you buy a card, boom, bottom of your deck. And they gave thematic reasoning on why. Okay, well, the items you're getting are they're getting sent to you from somewhere else. So we're here, but they're getting shipped or whatever. So that's whenever we get it. But you are going to get it. And then the artifacts is just boom, you get to use its ability immediately. And that's what but later on you actually need tablets or whatever those are to use it again. And I love that idea because that gives you some crux on, okay, well, what do I need to do right now? Oh, let me look at the artifacts because I can get an instant bonus. If I only had one more card, I know this card is here. Oh, that treasure chest lets me draw a card. Boom, I'll spend the exploration to get that. Kat, was it Kickstarter?
No.
Neat.
Not that I found, anyway.
I didn't think it was.
Kind of interesting, the two resources that they provide you in the game. Is gold is gold is great, early game. And then it's you better have exploration by now.
Yeah. I mean, this game is extremely thematic in my eyes because, as by that point, you should have explored most of the landmarks. So therefore, you don't need many items. You're actually finding all the artifacts on the island.
Right.
But yeah, so I think the deck building is phenomenal. Your deck doesn't really get that big, and and you have multiple ways. And I was the one buying a lot, so I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Damn. 15 cards. Oh well, I guess my starting one's a 4 because I got rid of all the fear. But yeah, a 15-card deck and the fact that you have multiple ways to either card draw or get rid of cards, just makes your deck even thinner. So you're gonna be efficient the whole game. It's just a matter of how many free stuff can you get to get the equipment to continue to keep doing things.
Right, definitely a lot of thinking.
Yeah,
but there's a lot you could that you have to account for. That I definitely noticed in this game. Thus my freezing up.
Right.
I'm like, I need to get over here, but how do I get these resources? God, there's only like 3 resources. Why can't I find any of them?
All right. So, what do you guys like or not like about the game, Kat?
I like the theme. I think it's very cool. I already mentioned the art. I feel like I personally, this is going to be on, it's going to be on a game-by-game basis. It's not going to happen every time, but it is probably going to happen to someone. Where I just feel like you guys had these really great turns, and then, either because you guys were already at somewhere and I couldn't go there, or didn't have enough money, whatever, I just feel like I got to do, like, maybe 3 things, and then I just had to sit here and kind of wait because...
Oh, because you had to pass early?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens, so I feel like I kind of got, like, a short end of the game. Like, I didn't really get to play a whole lot, but, I did kill more monsters than I thought I was going to kill.
Yeah, you guys went all monster killing. I killed one through a card, like, through getting my notebook up, and getting to kill one, and then one that just, whenever I went to my first high-level one, further into the island, which was kind of a goal of mine. When I saw the hot air balloon, I was just like, oh, okay, well, now I only need 3, so let's just see what these are about. What I would say about the 2 costs, that you have 6 or 8 total locations you can go up here, and then 4 there, is I feel like that going to the higher ones, you get a lot of resources, which is good because that just generates you into kind of getting a small engine going. But I think that the monsters should equate to those levels. Because I don't think it's quite fair enough for me to be able to go somewhere through a hot air balloon, which makes it cheaper, and get all these resources and have to fight a monster that is 2 icons.
Yeah.
It's like, well, because then that's just really 5 points. Yeah, it's an action of mine to be able to do that, but no one else can stop me from killing that small monster. And that is something I kind of wish that they did do. Where it's like, hey, we're going to compensate. But maybe that's the balance, is that the reward and steps it takes you to get to this far level, you should be able to benefit from the resources instead of having to use those pretty much almost immediately to kill a higher level monster.
Right.
So maybe that's why they didn't. So they give you the weaker ones, or the potential weaker ones, to then be like, oh, okay, like I gained something instead of just wasting a whole turn opening this up.
Right, yeah, and it costs you the extra icon, which... believe it or not, was very difficult to acquire.
Yeah.
It's, when you have to use the icon or its actual resource value, it definitely kind of trying to decide what I wanted to do.
Right.
Man, yeah, this game froze me.
Well, because it's interesting. It's like you have all those exploration tokens that you have to spend, or the compass tokens, to go to these places. But once you've done that, now they're free game. You still have to spend the traveling icon.
Right, and they're another source of resources, but that costs you one of your 2 precious dudes.
Yeah.
Which you must, hold like a lion.
Yeah.
To, the last minute for the most optimal positioning.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And, so Kat, that was your negative, kind of having to wait. Any other positives on the game? I mean, you've played as many deck builders as I have.
Deck builder, it didn't really feel deck buildery to me. It was very light on deck building. I don't even think I would call it a deck building game, but they have to call it something, and deck building was present.
I mean, it is a deck building game. We all start with the same.
I get
same
it.
Deck.
I get it. I just feel like in a traditional deck builder, you're just constantly putting cards into your hand, and I just didn't do that, so
Yeah.
I did not play the deck builder.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You didn't. I very much did.
Yeah. So I feel like, I guess with that option, like, that just gives me a different way to play. You know, when we play it again, it's like, yes, you have to go after cards. Fuck the monsters, pretty much. Like, don't explore.
I mean, you can easily explore and kill monsters, but eventually those monsters are going to run out because, like, the locations get revealed, and that's the only time monsters show up.
I mean, if you can go monsters, and if you get like a sound strategy, it's like I was just calculating it. I'm like, you go there, you get a totem, and if you're able to kill the monster, it's like 8 fucking points.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I mean, like, yeah, working on the research track, yeah, that's potentially 20 points. But I'm like, if you do go full monster and you are successful at it,
Yeah.
you know, it's not. I mean, a terrible strategy. It's just like you have to also kind of juggle a few other things because, like, I was kind of neglecting the cards, and that's my own fault, which definitely benefited there. Definitely, yeah. With the deck building, you want that card draw because I was saw what you were doing. I was like, oh, I'm so fucked, but he's got it. Yep. So I was like, yep,
that's
that
almost
card draw.
That's the hard and fast rule is card draw. To me, anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I picked him, the supplier guy.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was the smarter choice.
And then because I know this, like, oh, well, I kind of want to explore as well.
She looked at me and gave me a wink, and I'm
You're
her
like,
simp now. Like, who is I do this all for you?
I mean, and then, like, some of the ones, like, one of the first items I got was the pickaxe, and the pickaxe required me to have an exploration token to get 2 things that are prominent in moving up this track.
Yeah.
So then I grabbed her, and I was like, oh, okay, so we'll kind of go hand in hand when I get my pickaxe, and that'll allow me to move up. But I think, once again, that this is one of those games that you can do a little of everything, and it'll be extremely balanced. Because, I mean, the point difference was 12 between me and you. And then, I mean, even Kat wasn't that far behind with 41. It wasn't like 78 to 10 to 12 or something. I think the scoring was really good. And, of course, they give you enough variety out of the base game. Like, there's 3 there. There was more level 1s and then more monsters.
Those fucking flying motherfuckers.
Right? What do you guys think of the
They kind of irk me, how there's a disconnect between the symbology on the travel and the on, like, what's required to kill the monsters. That did irk me.
Right.
Because I'm like, you know, here it is very obviously on my player aid that this is how you get the symbols, and that this is equal to this and all that good stuff. But apparently it's in there that they're only worth, you need that specific symbol to defeat those. So.
Right. I mean, because it's the travel hierarchy, and it's like, well, you're not traveling to the monster, you're fighting the monster.
Because you've already traveled to it.
Right. So, I mean, I don't even know how you feel about deck builders.
I have always had trouble with them.
Yeah.
They're nothing that really clicks with me super quickly. They're not bad. I feel like given some time, I could enjoy them more.
What are your thoughts on this one?
No, I enjoyed this game.
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean, I feel like it would take me a few more go-arounds to kind of, like, click with it a little better.
Sure.
So I'm not just freezing, or to get kind of an idea of an engine.
Right.
But, I mean, not bad. No, it's very pretty. Can be kind of overwhelming. Definitely frees me up.
Yeah. I kind of like the free, like, all the freeness, the smoothness of having a bunch of free actions and free icons. Especially, like with your idols, going and getting a bunch of idols, and it's like, oh, I'll put this up, and then that will allow me to get something that I really desperately need right now. I think also the other balance of the game is that you have those fear cards, which are negative 1 point, but you can still use them for a boot. Or if you need to be able to play a card down, you can play a fear. Or if you need to exile a card, like, you have multiple ways of just getting them out of your deck. So it's not you're never just like it. All the real penalty is the fact that when you have a deck like I did, and I think towards my second to last hand in round 4, my hand of 5, 2 of them were fear, and I'm like, I have all these fucking items, and 2 of them are fear cards. Shit. All right, now I need to try and do some card draw. It's fantastic. I thoroughly enjoy this game. This is probably one of CGE's best games that I can see. They can probably do. I think they could do some expansions, like to this, more monsters. There's also a reverse side that add a, let's see. Oh, look, an appendix.
Hey.
That's nice.
10 out of 10 just for that.
Yeah, they have a snake temple side, so they add another side of the board, which actually it gives you ways to get more assistance. as well as different rewards for moving up the track.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. So they give you 2 boards to play on. If you probably get stale of this research track, you can change it. So I really much
enjoy this.
I mean, I can't really think of any negatives, because I mean you could almost say that going up on this is probably the strat. I definitely think neglecting it doesn't help.
No. You have to find a balance between the monsters and the research on how much you're wanting to do one or the other, but you need to do both.
Right.
While building your deck to be adequate.
Yeah.
See, yeah, but then it's just those fucking arrowheads.
Yeah, they were pretty. They were pretty difficult to get. I mean, you could always go here, but that takes
cost a dude.
Yeah. But there was an artifact that whenever you played it, you got to go there for free, and it popped it off twice.
I mean,
I saw that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I went with this chick, because I thought that, like, oh yeah, I'm going to use that a lot. Mm-hmm. But then it's like I always do more than one.
Right. Yeah. I think that because the deck building, I wouldn't say it's like super revolutionary, but what they did is they made it thematic, which solves deck building. It's one of the reasons why Tyrants of the Underdark is a great deck builder to me, because they explained in the rules why you don't get that card immediately, like what your cards are thematically doing when they're in your discard pile, and that fixes it almost immediately. Because so many bog standard deck builders, it's just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll buy this. Oh, it's in a discard pile. I hope I see it sometime when I need it. Oh, I got it, but it's paired with a shitty hand. You could almost kind of do an Aeon's End thing and buy multiple. Like, if there are 2 items out that you really like, you can buy them both, and then they're going to combo, because they'll go at the bottom of your deck. Fantastic game.
Good stuff.
You guys have anything else? I mean, I can't really think of a whole lot.
It's a good game.
Cool. All right, scale of 1 to 10, Devin.
I will give it between an 8 and a 9. I'll give it a 9.
9?
Yeah, 8.5.
8.5. All right.
8.5.
All right.
Like, it's a good game. I would play again. I mean, is it like super my speed? Not quite, but it's definitely a good representation of the style.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. I think this is a theme that I don't feel like is actually touched on a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. With the exploration thing?
For some reason, like the kind of Indiana Jones archaeological island. Like,
there's Fireball Island.
There is Fireball Island. That is.
And now you're making me think, because I feel like there's been.
I mean, Escape, the real time one, but that has kind of that temple feel.
Love Escape.
But in terms of like this kind
Indiana
of
Jones in the Temple of Doom.
Sure, but I mean, like the artwork is so fucking good. Like I was so excited to flip these over to see what they were, because it's just so colorful, and I think that this theme is missed on, is slept on a lot.
Gotta do it well, or otherwise the people are just gonna be like, "Oh, it's just rip off Indiana Jones."
That's true. I'm gonna give it a 9. Like I really, really liked it. The reason why it's not a 10 is I do feel like that this might be one of those games that I think it needs one more expansion. I think it needs something to give it almost ultimate replayability. Give it a little like I mean, you do have a little more than what will ever come out for the exploration tiles. A little more monsters than will ever come out. You have a decent amount of items and artifacts, so that's going to be the replayability there. But I do think, like kind of what they did with Alchemist, where you have like sideboards, so like maybe something else to go do, where you don't have to do the research track. Now there's this new thing, maybe an actual temple. Where you actually kind of explore these temples and do something with that. So something a little bit more, but I'm sure with the popularity of this game, they'll probably do something with it. I hope they do anyway. Mm-hmm. But 9 out of 10 for me. Kat?
I'm going to give it an 8.
8?
Yep. I would like to play it again. I would like to try a different strategy. I think the creativity that went into the monsters is really great. I'm just a big fan of just their design in general. I think that's really awesome.
Monsters are cooler than mine.
I love that Stone Owl. Really,
mine were lame.
It's really awesome. Mine are very I've got an ancient beam.
Yeah, if you like a clockwork
mystic.
owl.
Yeah, but then I have like these kind of almost prehistoric ones too.
Yeah.
That make
Mine
me kind
suck.
of feel like a.
I went thematic with my character. I went the very research nerd route where it's like protect me, and the monsters that I had to kill were ants and this hippo.
Oh God!
So probably
Death hippo.
I just went very easy.
These fucking bird flying motherfuckers.
So that is an 8.59. That's our thoughts on Lost Ruins of Arnak. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.